it was gross in the beginning when you have a dead human laying there and you're like, I have to take your face off now, and they look like a full thing. But then like 4 months into it, it's like all the body parts are like open. And
do you ever just feel serial killery, just walking in there like, I'm gonna cut your fucking nose off today, dude? Like, this is what's gonna happen. I mean, when you watch Dexter or a show like that, you're just like, yeah. I mean, different circumstances, but I've been there.
Same thing.
I mean, there is, I think it more so feels like institutionally creepy.
Yeah.
You know, like you kind of feel like you're a part of some legacy of like human exploitation kind of.
Did you ever like role
in a
play in your
way-
mind, like pretend you like work for the mafia and you were trying to get money out of this guy or anything like that?
Absolutely not.
You didn't. You
Not
never would say
something-
something
Very
like,
professional.
you just say, "You sure you're not going to pay up?" And you just fucking cut
No.
his
Cut
his
finger
finger
off.
But I do remember the first lesson, right? Because each day you do cadaver dissection, it's a specific part of the body, right? So like today we're gonna do the face muscles or something, and then it's the day you take their face off, or like today you're gonna do.
I hope that was far towards the end of that cadaver, because if you took their face off early on,
No, you take the face off pretty early on.
that's
and then
rough.
you do like the neck structures, and that one there was some team that came in like overnight and chainsawed the heads off because we didn't do that part. So then
With
the next
chainsaw.
That
something-
that
I
might
don't
be
know.
a
worse.
chainsaw.
That's a worse job than stillborn photographer.
Yeah.
Is the guy who chainsaws the heads off.
Yeah, I think that's tough. Chainsaw?
Or whatever
I'm sorry,
it was.
can't be a chainsaw.
Whatever it was, that was a part. Like most of the body, we did take apart, but that was for some reason they didn't entrust us to like do that part. So then the head came off like when we weren't involved with that, or like. Yeah, or there's the day you literally take the brain out of the skull, so you can look at the skull base and like learn about that, and you take the brain
It's
out.
funny to me because you're so squeamish with certain food. Like you don't like eating like raw fish and stuff.
I think mustard.
It's
I mean,
so
I think
interesting.
mayonnaise is disgusting.
Well, now we all
Oh,
think
I
mustard's
ruined
disgusting.
mustard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mustard's
ruined
done.
mustard. for everybody.
I'm scared of insects.
Yeah. But you'll cut a dude's brain out like nothing.
No,
with a
I
chainsaw.
won't. I won't. but the first day, what I was saying was we ended up naming our cadaver Thor, and I remember this and this was before like the popular Thor Marvel movies, because I was in med school in like 2006.
Did anybody name
I was
theirs
doing
after
this
their
in
ex, like their
2006.
ex-boyfriend or anything? Is that
Yeah,
not
I'm
a
pretty
rope?
sure every group, because you'd have a little lab group, you worked with the same 4 people every day, and we all got to choose names. Yeah, and we named our Thor because the thorax was the first thing we dissected.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
And also because he was like our cadaver was like this big dude, and we're like, he looks like a Thor, like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely people name them after like exes and like things.
You know,
like,
do you think you'd have gotten a better grade? And we got to wrap this up because Chris has got 2 shows tonight. But do you think you'd have gotten a better grade if you would have named your cadaver the name of your professor and just made a lot of eye contact with him while you were cutting it up?
I think people did name it after that professor.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like if I was a
Another
professor,
strange question.
Yeah.
What do they do with like the human head when it's got like they can't just throw it in a garbage
No,
can?
no. So for each cadaver, they would save all the body parts, and then they would, for each one, at the end of it, you'd take all of that person's body and put it together and cremate it. So that
okay.
at the end of it, it wasn't like.
but did
they
they really do that? Do they really cremate it all together, do you think? Or do they just sort of say they're doing that and they're just burning the
I
shit?
don't know, but I do think a lot of people probably have this misconception that in medical schools it's some like fresh body and you take it apart on one day and then it's done, whereas the person was fully preserved in formalin, right?
Yeah.
So, and they sit out at room temperature for about 6 months, and we have class one day and we do a dissection, and then we put the tarp over them.
And do you have to
like,
clean
a
up
few
your
days-
workstation and everything?
Yeah, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And then the next day, everybody comes back and they take the tarp off their body and they do one lesson and then they put the tarp back.
To
And
Chris's
so
question,
that body
though-
is sitting out for like 6 months. Like
Yeah.
your preserved formalin infused body is just sitting on a table being slowly taken apart for like 6 months.
But if they do cut off the head, what do they do with it until they burn it? So is there just
That's
like a
what I'm
section
saying.
of the thing that's like all the
Heads.
heads are in there, they're
heads
tagged. Like
probably-
if you open up, it's just heads.
No, because
like
it's
some Alice in
no,
Wonderland
no.
shit,
You'd
or-
keep it at the same station, right? Like it's
Oh,
on
so
like
your
one of
head's
those
just on your
tables.
table.
It's probably on one of those like metal tables, like you see, and there's like a shelf underneath, and you like have. Yeah,
No way. No,
Yes,
no, no,
yes,
no.
you keep it all
You walk
together.
up there and
The
there's
head's
just a
in the-
fucking head down there, and that's
know.
where you put your lunch here, and the head's there.
I mean, the head. It wasn't like a full-on head like you see in like Game of Thrones, some like head on a spike. Like
you said
we
it
had
was taken
already
off with a
dissected.
chainsaw.
Yeah, but we'd already dissected the face. We had already removed part of the skull and removed the brain. So then it's like, I mean, it's all.
That's
It's all
so scary.
unrecognizable
It
at a
is.
point.
It's really scary.
There